What is going on, guys? Carter here with Edge Mindset. Got another unboxing for you. This one's pretty wild. I think you're going to like this one. If you like crazy Chinese-made knives, you are going to love this one. I hope I love this one. We're going to be using the Rivery Manufacturing Zero here to open this bad boy up. It's a great little unboxing knife. I think this might take duty for unboxing here in the future. Actually, I realized I was too lazy to cover up my address. I got to cut the other side. So I'm going to do a little movie magic. Voila! The power of pausing a video while you're shooting it. So, what is this? FSEDC. I have no idea. Oh, okay. I know what that is. Forever Steel EDC. So this is from Forever Steel. This may be my first Forever Steel knife I've ever purchased. We got that sticking out there. I've received cases like this, never in Coyote Tan though, so that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, oh man, this sucker, this is big. This is big. This is big, and not as blue as I thought it was gonna be. This is the Forever Steel Dracula. Wow, look at this. Kind of has, wow, that's actually a lot better. I thought this was going to be just straight blue. It's actually more like a teal with bronze highlights on it. Okay, let's open this. Let's open. This thing is wicked. Ooh, that is nice and rock solid. So this is a button lock. That was the only thing that kind of made me question, like, man, should I get this? I don't typically care for the button locks. Look how thick that thing is, though. Holy moly, that is a monster of a button lock on this bad boy right here. And this wicked freaking hawkbill blade with all of this carving going on. I think this is, let's take a look at the markings here. Wrong way. Forever Steel Dracula M390. And then what? Do we have a number here? 84 of 199. Okay. I mean, 84 isn't exactly like a super cool number, but I'll take it. Nice and centered. This thing is bonkers. Let's get a weight on this. It's heavy. Oh, by the way, you may have noticed it's an integral. So an integral button lock. There is no scales there. So it's not going to have the ability to do any sort of, lightning or anything like that inside of there. So this sucker is going to weigh a lot. We've got thick blade stock. I'm guessing, let's guess the weight. I'm going to say like 7.2. 7.0 is pretty close. That's about as close as I can get. Let's check this detent here. That's pretty good. Action's pretty good for button lock. It's got some, it's got a little bit of stick. I'm sure that'll probably go away. Need to get this bad boy lubed up. What a cool frickin' knife though. Proprietary pivot right there. That thing is massive. I would imagine I could probably use just a spanner bit to adjust that if I need to. We'll see when I play with it. Some of these Chinese-made knives, one of the disappointing things I have with them is they will often not have any sort of Loctite in the screws. And I'm not saying like they need actual Loctite, but something to kind of give it a little bit of resistance. And I will order some of these knives and they might have kind of a construction method like this with proprietary hardware or non-captured pivots. And then you got to kind of deal with that. Trying to secure it. So hopefully that's not the case here, but we shall see. Got the matching, like, that's a cool thumb stud going on right there. That sucker's wicked. I assume that's probably titanium. Yeah, seems to be titanium. And that steel blade. So the blade is steel, so that's good. Look at this crazy pocket clip. You've got the cross going on here too. All kinds of milling. Good retention. Not reversible. Lefties are out of luck. So this is one of two limited editions of the run. And then I think they've got just regular titanium handle, regular colored titanium handle that does not have the snake logo. And I believe the reason for the snake is Year of the Snake on the Chinese calendar, which is why that's on there. You may be wondering, what does Dracula have to do with the snake? That's what it is. This sucker is wicked. This is absolutely wicked. So I got this. This is how crazy my knife journey loving is. So I got this on the same day as a Strider. Like two completely opposite knives. But at the end of the day, I love what I love. I love American-made knives. I will always kind of bias towards them. However, I will not pass up something that I find very, very interesting and cool. I'm not going to not get it because of country of origin, regardless of whether it's, you know, a U.S. company outsourcing to overseas or if it's a full overseas company. I don't care. I am going to get it if I really, really want it. If I really, really want it, I couldn't pass this up. So you might be wondering, what's the price on this bad boy? If I remember right, I think these were $3.99. So $3.99 for a massive M390 integral button lock folder. Not too bad of a deal. I pre-ordered this a couple months ago, so I don't know if these are still available. When I upload this video, I will check on that and see what the dealio is with this guy right here. So blade length is like 4 inches. Overall length is what? Almost 9.5? Holy balls. This thing is massive. Look at that. If you go from tip to butt, it's about almost 9.5 inches. Let's do size comparison with a 3.5 inch hinder right there. We already did the Strider. Let's do the Omega from Miguron right there. Now let's see which one's thicker. Which one's thicker? Oh yeah, the Miguron has it. It has taken the cake there. And let's do a Genesis from Medford, because why not? Because it's right here. That's why. And let's do Guardian Tactical Recon 035, just for funsies, and a full-size 80-20. I'm showing a bunch of knives that like a lot of people don't have readily in their collection, right? The whole point of doing this comparison is you take something that's very common and readily available and you compare it to the new thing so people understand what they're looking at. But I don't do that. I just grab a bunch of random knives that are sometimes equally as obscure as the one I'm showing. But, you know, I just like to talk about and show knives, so what can you do? Very cool. What do you guys think of this Dracula? I don't know. I love having pieces like this. This thing is wicked. Just one of those knives where like you pull it out of your pocket and you just get that look on people's faces. And then you pull out the knife on top of that and then you're like, check this out too. And then their jaws drop even more. Sorry, I couldn't run with that joke. I set it up to myself. I couldn't not do it. Already I can tell this thing's starting to smooth out. This button stick though is probably going to be here for a while. But you know, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I'm used to stick, right? I like a little bit. It gives me a sense of security and makes it seem like, you know, it's supposed to be there. All right, guys, what do you think of this Dracula? Is this something you would ever carry? I know it's not for everybody. In fact, it's not for most people, but I can't pass up something this wicked. All right, talk to you guys later. I'm out.